Economists point out that the primary issue surrounding the depreciation of the rupee is the expenditure in comparison to the income generated. Speaking during a discussion in Colombo, economists pointed out that both state and private sector expenditure had exceeded the income being generated.
Transparency International Sri Lanka organised a discussion titled The Rupee Crisis in Colombo today. Several intellectuals expressed their views during the discussion.
Now basically the problem is temporarily we can easily manage this in the sense that we can find the money. Mr. Mathai is here, we can always go to the IMF and probably get another loan. But that's not going to solve our problem. The problem basically is this problem will continue unless we can restore some balance between import in the current account, the balance of payment. Now how does the deficit arise? Deficit basically arises because, not to trade problem, because of our expenditure is more than our income. Every one of us probably, not every one of us, but both the private sector as well as the government in a very big way keeps on spending and spending. The taxation is not enough, doesn't go up enough. So what do? They fund it through the banking system, which is called printing money. Now, in the case of the private sector, if in the case of the savings means what I save, if he spends, then there is no increase in the total expenditure. But when the government prints money and that goes as income to people, that's a command over resources which they get.
I do not see a crisis in rupee due to the economic conditions and the relations we have as a country. There are two examples. IMF is ready and they think that we are in the correct path. Then the investor confidence will encourage. That's soon, tomorrow, I don't know, maybe already, the country's sovereignty rating may be upgraded by Moody's or other agencies. And the second reason is China will invest in Sri Lanka definitely. So therefore this only two reasons I will focus due to my time constraint. There will be no crisis in rupee. But I do accept that I allow at the beginning the fluctuations may be okay for short term. This can be influenced by, this is my worrying factor, the situation can be influenced by the surprise policy decision of the government taken to remedy the current issue.
Let's now take a look at the cartoon that we selected from amongst today's English newspapers.
The chairman of the Kalaniya Pradeshya Sabha and other members of the local government body convened a media briefing this afternoon. This was to create awareness on the alleged threats directed at them by an electoral organizer in the area.
Minister Mervyn Silva has granted police powers to gangsters in some of these villages and has created a conflict situation. These attempts are being made to destabilize Kalaniya. It is under the influence of Minister Mervyn Silva that the Kiribati police took steps to note down false statements by levelling cooked-up charges against those who supported us. They have planned to arrest them on such charges. My life, the life of my deputy chairman and the other members of the council are under threat. We informed the Defence Secretary and the IGP regarding this yesterday. If we have committed any wrongdoing, bring us before the law without levelling false charges. And if we are guilty, we are prepared to accept any punishment. The people are with us, and the supporters are also with us. Branch officials and some of the development officers are with us. All supporters are with us. But if someone uses undue influence and is called a leader, that is insane. Now look at the groups in Kelaniya. They are the hotel owners, drug dealers, or those who run brothels, betting centers and bars. There are no respectable people.
Minister of Education Bandula Gunawardena says a target has been set to increase the number of students passing the GCE ordinary level examination to 80% by the year 2016. The minister expressed this view at a media briefing in Colombo today.
සාමාන්‍ය පෙළ සමත් වීමේ ප්‍රතිශතය 2002 දී 41.51.
In the year 2002, 41.51% of students passed the ordinary level examination. In 2005, this figure stood at 49.7%. In the year 2010, the number of candidates who passed the ordinary level examination increased to 60.57%, and in 2011, it was 60.8%. We have set a target for the year 2016. That is to move forward to ensure that 80% of students pass the ordinary level examination.
180ක් සමත් කරවීමේ ඉලක්කය කරා රට වශයෙන් අපි සියලු දෙනා ගමන් කළ යුතු වෙනවා කියලා.
Minister Bandula Gunawardena stated that 56 schools with the highest evaluation index have been identified through research conducted by the Department of Examinations.
විභාග දෙපාර්තමේන්තුව එහි පර්යේෂණ අංශය විසින්
The research division of the Department of Examinations has formulated an evaluation index for schools. Schools that have recorded a score higher than 70 are considered as schools with a high evaluation index. There are 56 schools that have achieved a high evaluation index.
දර්ශකයේ තුල 70ට වඩා වැඩි අගයක් හිමි කරගන්න පාසල්. සමස්ත ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ ඉහළම සාධන මට්ටමක් සහිත පාසල් 56ක් තියෙනවා.
Devi Balika Vidyalaya, Ratnawali Balika Vidyalaya in Gampaha and the Matale Science College have topped the list of schools with the highest evaluation index. Schools that recorded a low index are Lihiniagama Mahavidyalaya in Ampara, Palle Malala Junior School in Valigatta and the Valliammai Memorial School in Arali, Wattukotte.
ඉහළම සාධන මට්ටම ලබා දුන් පාසල් 56ට
The 56 schools that have recorded a high evaluation index will be tasked with supervising 2 outstation schools each which have recorded a low index. The supervision process will be in place until ordinary level and thereafter it will be handled by 2 schools.
දිගටම ඒ පාසල් දෙකක් තව මග පෙන්වීම කරන්න ඕන.
Health authorities attached to the Dehiwala Mount Lavinia Municipal Council claim that a conducive environment for the breeding of mosquito larvae has been created within the premises of Anula Vidyalaya in Nugegoda. They noted that the school has been informed of this on an earlier occasion as well.
A group including the MOH of the Dehiwala Mount Lavinia Municipal Council and the Public Health Inspector visited the school premises today. It was revealed that there are breeding grounds conducive for mosquitoes at the school premises. A location where construction work had not been completed has not been cleaned. There were mosquito larvae. We saw a dengue risk at this location.
The
Miriana police was entrusted with the task of filing a case against the contractor of the building because during the past 3 years a student had died every year after contracting dengue.
MOH of the Dehiwala Mount Lavinia Municipal Council, Dr. Samantika Mendis, added that out of 35 schools which comes under her purview, many schools have grounds conducive for mosquito breeding.
Meanwhile, News First attempted to obtain a response from the principal of Anula Vidyalaya Nugegoda. However, she did not come forward to give us an interview.
In the meantime, the police have begun investigations to arrest those responsible for setting fire to 4 houses. The houses belong to the suspect in an incident where an individual who had been assaulted had subsequently died in the Nava Makulava area in Hurigaswava, Epavala. Police media spokesperson SP Ajit Rohana said that 3 suspects had been arrested over the death and placed in remand custody. The police media spokesperson said that notwithstanding this, area residents had set fire to and damaged 4 houses belonging to the suspects yesterday. Area residents brought the body of the deceased onto the road yesterday and engaged in a demonstration. The area residents had set ablaze the 4 houses following this demonstration.
Still in local news, a reception was organized for visiting journalists from the South Asian region. This was organized by the Sri Lanka Press Institute and the US Embassy and was held in Colombo last night. The journalists were in Sri Lanka to participate in a 5-day workshop. The reception held yesterday marked the conclusion of this workshop and was also attended by heads of media organizations.
A very good evening and welcome to Sports First. Starting things off with some motorsports news, the Federation International Automobile, or more commonly known as the FIA, held its Asia Pacific Zone Conference in Colombo today. Now, the meeting, which is a milestone in the motorsports arena in Sri Lanka, was hosted by the Ceylon Motorsports Club, the FIA representative in Sri Lanka.
Delegates representing many Asian countries, including Hong Kong, Thailand, Singapore, Chinese Taipei, Malaysia and China, were present at the conference in Colombo today. The FIA Asia Pacific Zone Conference discussed various matters, including motorsport championships in the region, marshal training and driver safety.
In Asia, we are developing the Touring Car Championship, GT Championship. What we want to be the FIA Asian GT Asia, and also we have a lot in common in karting. So we try to develop a karting series for the whole region.
Ramesh for its sports update.
Well, with that, we wrap up this edition of Primetime News. Of course, don't forget to log on to www.newsfirst.lk for the very latest on the world around you. I'm Shane Silva.
And I'm Kumarini Rajakaruna. Take care and good night.